Greetings, dear friends. Happy Libra new moon. Every month we come in this circle to continue our service, continue our watch, aligning with Jerusalem and invoking the higher forces to manifest the plan on earth and offering our help. Thank you for being here, and the Hekal group and the 2025 initiative welcome us all in this circle. Over to you, Uta.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our monthly Jerusalem meditation, in which we join forces to work subjectively for Jerusalem and through it for our planet, as Sasha said. And Happy New Year to our Jewish participants. Last month, I just want to remind us to make a connection back to last month. We have focused on two elements in our meditation outline. We're working with this outline for a long time, and each time we adapt it a bit, it grows, it develops, it rounds itself out over the months and years. So we have been focusing on the Deva of Jerusalem and on the best citizens of Jerusalem. So just to reiterate, the Deva of Jerusalem is the being which holds the intended design of the city, and it's a city of peace from time immemorial until today. And the best citizens, this is a term which Assagioli coined for individuals who take a conscious responsibility for the well-being of the collective in which they live or for which they work. So we could say that the best citizens this is like a local version of the new group of World Service with this function of Ajna Center. So it's these people who are really taking care, serving their city from a spiritual maturity, like they are the Ajna Center of Jerusalem, we could say. So these two elements will be included again in the meditation, but today we will put a special focus on the spirit of peace. In our core group, we have been making an approach to this high entity in the last few months. And very interestingly, other groups have also begun to work with the spirit of peace in parallel, and we didn't know of each other. So here we can really experience the telepathy that is already happening in our network of groups working in this subjective way. And this gives us a wonderful, more tangible sense of the etheric body of the planet and how we can make an imprint on it when we hold a steady focus in unity of purpose. So we could say that we are on the way of becoming a peace commanding presence on our planet. I want to share a brief quote from Externalization of the Hierarchy, where DK speaks about the spirit of peace. The spirit of peace is hovering close to humanity, seeking opportunity to make his presence felt. The spirit of peace is not an abstract concept, but a potent individual, wielding forces hitherto unfamiliar to our planet. Great forces are awaiting the hour when they can function as the liberators and the deliverers of mankind. But the door to their entrance must be opened by humanity itself, and it will be opened by a united act of the will, expressed through some formula of words and expressed in sound. It will be brought about by an activity performed simultaneously by all men and women of goodwill and by all the world aspirants and disciples. The door will not open unless the act of invocation is backed by the focused will. The directed determination of the man or the group who is using the suggested formula, prayer, or invocation is essential. And as we are now under the influence of Libra, we would like also to highlight another capacity which we seem to grow among us. It's our capacity to hold simultaneously a vertical and a horizontal alignment. Some call it a state of quadrality. It refers to a state of collectedness and centeredness, from which we then have a 360 degrees awareness and therefore field of influence. Let's sense this for a moment in our bodies, embodying this centeredness, poise. It gives us an awareness of 360 degrees, vertical and horizontal. So now in a moment, when we go into meditation, we will practice holding this all-round awareness as we are focused as a group in Jerusalem. So we will use this opportunity of Libra to stand in this perfectly balanced poise between the two great lines of force. And we will trace in our awareness the connecting lines of these different subtle energies from the spirit of peace through the Deva of Jerusalem, grounding the high energy in Jerusalem, and then turning horizontal, spreading it through the etheric body of our planet. We have a good opportunity today for this work, for this energetic work, because of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, where the minds and hearts of people are more open. There's a festive atmosphere in the city where the religious families and also the non-religious families are sitting together in celebration now. And some of our co-workers that are usually with us are among them. Yeah, so let us go into meditation, and afterwards we will compare. our impressions or share our impressions. Oh, we need somebody to say the great invocation in English for us. Eva, are you there?
Eva answered in chat she will do that. So Eva, I will make you a panelist.
Okay. So
You
Eva,
could
this is the last. We will finish the meditation with the invocations in Hebrew and Arabic, and then you will finish it, please, in English and do the 3 Oms. That's okay. Okay. So let us now withdraw our attention inwards to a place of perfect stillness. Breathing deeply. Grounding in the solidity of our body. And in the earth, and in the embrace of the Mother of the world. Standing in the energy of Libra, poised in the center of our being. Aware of our vertical alignment. And aware of our radiance. We hold a 360 degrees awareness. Standing on the threshold between the past and the future, in the flow of now. And turning now our attention towards Jerusalem, becoming aware of a focal point of love and light and intention somewhere in the upper part of the aura of Jerusalem. Letting ourselves be drawn to it. And as we enter this etheric focal point, this etheric temple, let us sense its force field of dynamic harmony. Taking our places within it. Joining our hearts. Joining our thinking. Establishing a telepathic field standing together as souls in our work for Jerusalem in perfect geometrical order. We are a power station, serene and focused. Seeing our Jerusalem focus point within the great grid of world servers, where each group has their place and function, and we are all telepathically connected through our inner unity of purpose. A peace commanding presence on our planet. And we standing at the midway point between the higher world and Jerusalem below. Taking a brief look downward, taking into our awareness the aura of Jerusalem just for a moment. And connecting now as a unit, serving unit, to the higher co-workers who support and guide the Jerusalem project, Human and Deva. Let us sense their presence with us. And in their protective aura, let us now release all previous thought and approach in silent receptivity the Deva of Jerusalem, the being which holds the intended design for the city of peace. And slowly turning higher now, tuning, tracing a connection to the spirit of peace, overlighting the city. Tuning into this energy, this quality, releasing all else. Gently now, keeping the high alignment. Let us reassemble as a unit at the midway point between the higher world and Jerusalem below. Standing poised as a unit. Visualizing now an electric current from the Spirit of Peace coming down to the Deva of Jerusalem and passing into the Temple Mount and through it into the earth beneath the city. From the Spirit of Peace to the Deva of Jerusalem, into the Temple Mount, and through it into the earth. Holding space for a few moments for this high potency electric current. Let peace be. Visualize this electric signal being picked up by the group of best citizens of Jerusalem who stand as pillars of light in the turmoil. We stand behind them. See the electric current strengthen and protect them. See them like lighthouses broadcasting the high signal into their fields of influence. See little Deva builders help weave this high signal into the aura of Jerusalem. See the aura of Jerusalem glow with warm golden light. Making whole, unifying. And we affirm unity. The souls of all are one, and we are one with them. We seek to love, not hate. We seek to serve and not exact due service. We seek to heal, not hurt. Let pain bring due reward of light and love. Let the soul control the outer form and life and all events, and bring to light the love which underlies the happenings of the time. Let vision come and insight. Let the future stand revealed. Let inner union demonstrate and outer cleavages be gone. Let love prevail. Let all humans love. Let the spirit of peace be spread abroad. Visualize a golden unifying wave spread out from Jerusalem into Israel, Palestine, making hearts golden, lifting minds into unity consciousness. See the golden wave spread into the nations of the Middle East, unifying and reordering. Expanding eastwards, qualifying the etheric body of the planet. We visualize a golden band connecting Jerusalem with Darjeeling. Tracing the band further from Darjeeling to Tokyo. Further to New York. To London. And Geneva. And back to Jerusalem. Visualize the unifying wave continue to flow throughout the etheric body of the planet as we recite the great invocation in Hebrew, Arabic, and English. מנקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור אל פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, תזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש, ישוב מורה עולם אל פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם, תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז אשר נקרא המין האנושי, תוגשם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון ויחדשו אור, אהבה, עוצמה, את התוכנית על פני האדמה.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشاع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب إلى قلوب الناس وليرجع السيد الآتي إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعوه بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض.
From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth.
Thank you, friends. Let us share our impressions, whoever would like to.
Yeah, so hello everyone. Here's Annette speaking. Thank you, dear Uta, dear all, for this powerful and so calm meditation today. And from many impressions in the meditation, I would like to share just one, for me the deepest one or highest one. Yes, I have experienced the connection with the spirit of peace so essential and strong. It felt like being at a point of absolute balance, a fiery presence in deep stillness and complete connection. Yeah, and for me it has been like identifying with the future that already exists, and by standing very well connected to the earth in and also one with this electric current, I experienced us as a magnet of the future on earth. And then in this standing, a thought appeared in me. It was like, is this what hierarchy is also doing, being a magnet of the future? So yes, just want to share this and much more. And so thank you so much. Such a calm and for me affected me. Every word was so meeting. And yes, thank you. Bye. And I'm here.
Thank you, Annette. Magnet of the future. Beautiful. Point of absolute balance. Wow.
Hi, this is Helen. And it's interesting that I'm sharing something very, very similar to Annette. Also, among the many impressions, I had on the first silent moment that we took in the meditation, connecting to the spirit of peace. I had a physical sensation on the top of my head. It was like a straight line with part of this of the divine plan holding peace as part of its design. And I was almost I think that almost paralyzed physically, because it was a direct line, so high and so accurate and so powerful. It was also connected to the Mother of the Earth. And it had to do with me. It had to do with me as a member of humanity, with a strong message. And it activated something in my sensation, my sense of service. Yeah, thank you. This is what I'll share here. This wonderful feeling of being part of this group. And also in this solemn occasion of the Jewish New Year. Here, I think it had its effect upon me. Thank you all. Thank you, Uta.
It's Daisha here in Canada. This was a very visual meditation for me. The auric field of Jerusalem was pale gold. When we connected to the Deva of Jerusalem, that gold became richer, fuller, deeper, and tinged with rosy peach. There was this sense of substance about it and magnificent, harmonious. And then when we moved vertically to make our group connection with the spirit of peace, there was, I really have a sense of what Helen was speaking to, this strong vertical flow downwards. And the aura of the Deva suddenly became sparkly. It was like there was an energetic response to that connection to the spirit of peace. And it felt joyful and there are no real words to describe the energy of that connection. So beautiful. Thank you.
Hello, this is Margot from Canada. With the Deva, there was golden movement. It seemed that this movement was tentative at first, kind of exploratory, and then becoming more purposeful. And this connected to all of us, it seemed, through the tops of our heads. The spirit of peace, an enveloping, an encompassing, changing everything and everyone encompassed, all encompassing love, all encompassing peace. Deep within the planet, something stirred in response to this, and a beautiful rhythmic moving flow ensued, so that all beings contained within it were swaying gently like seaweed in the ocean or leaves on the tree in the wind. The movement was a sound, a song of glory. As the movement swung upward, all that was not in alignment fell away, so that there was a clear link from above to below. And this electric current of peace reset, restoring the plan. The best citizens are in telepathic contact worldwide, and this was anchored all over the planet. Gratitude.
Mark, I see your microphone is unmuted, but we cannot hear you.
I also experienced electrical current. It's very potent. And I had a sense that there's still so much to learn for us to cooperate with this energy, to bundle our presence, our focus. I felt Deva of Jerusalem a little bit not yeah, it's like this Deva holds the intended design for Jerusalem, but doesn't have a lot to go with on the ground. So there's a lot of emphasis, a lot of importance for the best citizens in the city, being these lighthouses that can receive this high energy and broadcast it. So there is a lot still to be worked out. For me, it was a much more flowing experience when we continued the flow into the world. Like there was more space to expand. I was reflecting in the when we had the silence time with the spirit of peace. I was reflecting on part of the quote that we read before, that we all have to do this together, this invocation. That we need to figure out the words and the sound to do this. Yeah, it's quite a privilege to be pioneers in this, to try it out together. I have a lot of gratitude for this. I think this is probably, it's surely one of the most important things that we can do at this time now for our world. Thanks. I see Dot, you are with us. Would you like to share something of your work with the Spirit of Peace?
We can hear you, Dot.
Oh, you can hear me now. Okay, I was just typing that. Yes, I would be delighted to do that, actually. And might I say, Uta, I was just typing into the question box a complete agreement with the statement that you just made, that indeed it is time that we make this a priority, to invoke the spirit of peace and anticipate an evocation. And when I say invoke, what we have been realizing is that, as is said to us clearly in the book Externalization of the Hierarchy, it is a demand that we are making of the spirit of peace. And that demand will in turn stimulate us and stimulate humanity with an unfamiliar frequency regarding peace. So to be open, to be heart open to what it is that we are receiving, being impulsed by, and then have the eyes and ears and wisdom of the heart to not only recognize it, but to realize it into existence. And so I think the more that we can use the language of the heart at this time, and when we think of courage, courage, the age of the heart, to live in that together with a consistent focus on the spirit of peace, the more likely it is that we will indeed actually realize the culture of peace that we speak of so often. And with this, we are truly helping to dissolve the illusion of separation and to really speak to and live into, lean into the reality of the three worlds we live in simultaneously: the manifest world, the subtle world, and the fiery world, for we are truly cosmic citizens. So thank you, Uta. Deep appreciation for all that we are all doing and for this work that we have just experienced. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing these deep thoughts, Dot. I have, I'm in another group. Yesterday we met, and we usually some of us picks a quote from the blue books, and the quote that was picked was also on the spirit of peace. So it's really, we are onto something here together.
Hi, I listened last night, in fact, a bit late, to the recording of one of your last meetings with the skill set for world citizenship and the 3 rules of harmlessness and the heart work, the perfect poise, the harmlessness, and the 3 rules of harmlessness. They all just blend in so much. It's sort of like the path to the spirit of peace, and it's all a one. It was quite lovely. I'm glad I read it last night. It was still fresh. It blended well. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 3 rules of harmlessness, like a recipe how to behave, how to embody this energy of peace in us, in our life. Very powerful, very precise.
like to share my impressions. First one was about Deva of Jerusalem. There was a sense that probably besides this one entity, what we call Deva of Jerusalem, there is a group of Devas. Same as we learn to work in a group formation, there was a sense that there's a circle of smaller Devas who work on the ground and who can be attracted to this work, come in with us in a circle. It was very unexpected recognition that there's another group there. And also impression about the spirit of peace. Yes, indeed, in recent weeks and months, the sense of this powerful presence getting more and more strong. And I think we together now experiencing the quality of the energy of this being, of this presence, and it is still very, in a way, mysterious, because what we call peace is not necessarily what peace is. And we know from DK writings that he often would correct his disciples in saying that peace is not what you call peace. And there was this sense in the meditation about one of other names of spirit of peace, avatar of equilibrium. And that's equilibrium is has this much wider connotation of balance of different forces. And it's not necessarily peace as absence of war, but it's as a force that brings equilibrium and balance, and all related qualities that we can associate with that. And as the fourth ray comes into more and more prominence, that's constant search for harmony comes to us as a experience of finding the balance. It's more as an open-ended question than a specific impression.
Yeah, in constant flux. It reminds me what you said now, Alexander, about Assagioli's famous sentence, transform conflict into creative tension. It's an ongoing balancing act. And also this energy being mysterious, but also Dot, what you said about staying open to be surprised, actually. So I think this is really important to, when we meditate like this together, holding a space for this, invoking it, opening our antennas to it, and releasing everything that we know, each time anew, to release everything we know and come completely open in order to experience this in our hearts, as Dot said. And for me, it is this electrical energy. I cannot yet formulate this at all in words, but it also has what you said, Alexander, with the fourth ray. I can sense some fourth ray quality in it too. Maybe a mix between fourth ray and first ray, but also something sparkly, like I think Daisha, you said. Okay. Are there any more impressions before we close for today? Yeah, would like to encourage all of us to trust our forces. As for me, this gives me a lot of confidence to see our telepathic connectedness. That we seem to respond to a higher guidance. The fact that several groups now are focusing on this work with the spirit of peace. It really is encouraging. We as a world group are starting really to come into our own. So we will be guided, and we will be helped to make our imprint, to use all that we have in concert for our world. So thank you, everyone. And we continue to be connected, and see you next month.